the Africa stone, weighing in at 175 kilograms, that's 386 pounds if you will, to be carried as far as possible down this course. Believe me, this is a lung-busting exercise. Now, one of the most charismatic figures in World's Strongest Man in recent years has been Derek Boyer, the Fijian-born Australian. So near and yet so far on so many occasions, but a bit off the pace at the moment, Derek, and this is absolutely crucial for you now, isn't it?
It certainly is. Räsänen and Zijlstra have opened up a little bit of a gap between the rest of the pack. So it's important that we as a group try and get some points over the top of them. It's very important. Endurance is, a very strong point of this exercise, and a lot of guts and determination. That's what this event's all about.
Now this is a test for Rob Dixon. Israel Garrido on the far side. But Dixon, with 2 fifth places, needs to produce something very, very special here. The grip is so important. Now, it's not a race. Doesn't matter who gets away quickly. This is maximum distance that you can carry the whole of Africa. And Dixon started slowly. Garrido is away well, but those little legs are working well for Dixon. He's the smallest man, I think, in the whole of this year's competition. Only weighs about 19 stones, if you can believe that. He's about 5 feet 9 tall, but there's a lot of muscle packed into that frame. Being followed there and shadowed all the way by Juha-Matti, former world's strongest man himself. Twice, in fact. Oh, Garrido's gone. Dixon beginning to blow now. He's having trouble actually seeing over the top of the continent of Africa. But he's still going in a straight line. And this is a massive performance by Rob Dixon. What a great performance. Almost 75 metres. 67.2 metres. I hope, for his sake, that is going to be hard to beat.
I was aiming for the 75. That was my target. I don't know what metre it was, but it was better than 60, so it's good.
You just start running out of breath, don't you?
You do, yeah. I tried to beat it down a little bit lower to get a few more metres, but it's time to go, it's time to go. I'll give everything I've got. I just don't know if it's enough. We'll see, won't we?
Well, it was good enough to be better than Karl Gillingham, certainly. 62.76 for the American. And Derek Boyer will have been disappointed by his distance of 63.28.
So as far as Rob Dixon is concerned, this last pair could be a big problem. Juha-Räsänen, a first and a third place so far. Wout Zijlstra on the far side, a second and a first. The big point scorers. Zijlstra, well, deciding not to wear a shirt. That's quite interesting. And believe me, the edges of that giant stone are very sharp. That is going to be digging into the arms. That's why Juha-Räsänen is wearing those wraps. Each of them, one length of the platform. You can see the difference in stature between these two guys and Rob Dixon. 67.2 metres. Rob Dixon. And Zijlstra is going along like a train. Räsänen struggling just a little bit. This is danger for Rob Dixon. Zijlstra getting closer, but he's down. Dixon has beaten Wout Zijlstra, who tumbles off the platform. And look at this. Only one man now separates Dixon from his first victory, Juha-Räsänen, who's got to be watching where Wout Zijlstra went down. And I think he's gone past it, but can he go past Dixon? No, he can't. Oh, fantastic. Rob Dixon wins it. Tremendous stuff from all the competitors.
So a great result for Rob Dixon, but what all that means is the chasing pack are closing on the 2 leaders. Räsänen and Zijlstra still out ahead with 15 points, but Gillingham, Boyer and Dixon snapping at their heels.
This is the eastern cataract of the Victoria Falls, where each and every day of the year more than 550 million litres of water goes hurtling into the Zambezi beneath. And this is where we find the deadlift hold. It's a kind of knockout weightlifting competition.
All 6 guys start off trying to lift this 280 kilogram weight. Bit by bit, that increases. Bit by bit, they drop out. And eventually, we're left with just 1. Well, Israel Garrido couldn't manage the first weight, and Rob Dixon never fancied this event, and he went out at 280 kilograms, which left just 4 of them. Stretching every sinew, this was where Derek Boyer met the end of his road. Here we are at 350 kilograms, more than 800 pounds. That's where Wout Zijlstra called it quits. So now it was down to a straight head-to-head between Finland and the USA. All too easy for Räsänen, not too easy for Gillingham. And in the end, his right hand said no thank you very much. Another win for the giant Finn. How much more could you have done there?
I think so. I can pull 380, maybe 400.
So too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy for Räsänen, 6 points for him. The points in second place shared between Zijlstra and Gillingham. Derek Boyer 3 and Rob Dixon's 2 points, all but cooking his goose. Because as you can see, he's now 7.5 points behind a place in the final.
Rob Dixon knows exactly what he's got to do, but there are some very, very strong guys who are going to go after him. A smaller circle than we've seen in the past, and a lighter weight as well. We really struggled to get this one off the ground last year, let alone any distance at all. It's 27 metres around, 300 kilograms, 660 pounds. That's about a weight of a very, very big car engine. And Dixon is going well. Well, he's got stamina, he's got strength, he's got power, and at the moment he's got exceptional technique. That's 2 times round, 54 metres covered. Now come on, Rob. You need nothing short of maximum points here, with only 1 event to go. Can he make it 3 times round? No, he can't. But 69.9 metres is a fabulous performance, but he's going to have to wait and see.
Breath ran out. Same Africa, so another waiting game, John. So I might smile in four places time. I might cry.
As Rob waited, the smile got wider. Karl Gillingham 64.4. That wasn't good enough. And neither was Derek Boyer's mark. A really disappointing 55.8 for him. And even Räsänen found the going tough. 54.7 metres.
Just 1 man to go. Wout Zijlstra of Holland. Now, can he approach 69.9 metres? If not, Dixon gets victory number 2. This is one of these events in World's Strongest Man it's almost impossible to train for. You can't imagine any piece of equipment, unless you build one of these things yourselves, that's going to make it pay. Tremendous strain on the back, enormous pressure on the forearms and the hands. You've got to keep a rhythm. He's beginning to lower it, and he's gone down. Wout Zijlstra is going to finish in last place.
Just a few meters.
Are you worried now about not making the final?
Of course, but I always do that. Everything is possible, you can see that.
Well, a tremendous result for Rob Dixon, and we ought to say as well, well done to Israel Garrido from Spain. He, of course, well out of contention. Now, it's anybody's guess. Räsänen all but there, but who's going to accompany him into the final?
Again, it's down to stones, which is probably about the best event for strongmen anyway. It's probably about the most evenly balanced strongman event there is, because it nearly always boils down to that big one here, the big 165.
Rob Dixon was referring to that last stone, 165 kilograms, absolutely massive. So Karl Gillingham wearing the white and Rob Dixon, and once again Rob Dixon knows exactly what he has to do. That one, easy for both men. This one weighs in at 110 kilos, 17 stones, oh blimey. That wall is not particularly solid. Karl Gillingham almost went through it there. It's neck and neck all the way. Great performance by both men. They've both got a chance of making it through to the final. Speed is of the essence here. The judges will be timing every one of those stones, just in case they don't do 5. Gillingham is falling behind. Rob Dixon has set a very good standard with 4. Now, can either of them do 5? Very few men in the world have done this. Believe me. Well over 370 pounds. You're going to see Great Britain's strongest man, Glenn Ross, later. This stone weighs almost as much as he does. A little bit smaller, though. But Dixon is giving it a go. So is Gillingham. Dixon 32.9 for his 4th stone. I think that will be his score. And Gillingham 38.8. Good effort by Dixon. And now he's got to wait and sweat it out. Oh, what a performance.
That last one, I got my knees. So heavy, man. Having no excuses again. I had a lot of work to get that 5th one up. A good, 6 months and I'll have that one up. No messing.
Well, Rob Dixon will know exactly what these two guys have to do, and they will know themselves. Really, Räsänen, by virtue of the fact he's turned up, he's going to score a point. I reckon he's through to the final, so it's all about Wout Zijlstra on the far side, who struggles a little bit with that first one. We think, and I stress we think, if Wout Zijlstra lifts 4 in around about 38 seconds, he's going to score enough points to make it through. And Rob Dixon, the irony of that could be that if he wins this event, he might be the first man ever in the history of World's Strongest Man to win 3 individual events and not make it through to the final. It's all on this stone for Wout Zijlstra. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. 33 seconds or thereabouts. Juha-Räsänen is through. He won't even bother with that last one. Zijlstra is doing it really to try and show off and become the first man to lift it. He still wants it, but we can see our first 2 finalists. And what about Rob Dixon? What a massive performance he's put up here. But I fear he's not going to make it through to the final. A bit of an anticlimax to finish on, but 2 splendid competitors. Our first men through to the final.
Wout, you made it, but only just.
Oh, it was so close. But I did the first stone. I felt a lot of pain in my thumb, so I laid them on the fingers later, And it was going better, but I had no grip with. I cannot bend them, So, but I'm happy. It was enough. I'm lucky.
And he won the group. How good is he?
Yeah. I said it already to him. Sometimes he's the best, and sometimes he's not so good. So he's still young, but sometimes he's very good. I know that.
Thank you, Wout.
So a great win for Rob Dixon at the end, but it was too little, too late. Zijlstra's performance was absolutely crucial, and it's Holland and Finland who get the first representatives in the final of the Metrex Trophy.